Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone. You know that moment when a woke activist starts preaching, and you can just feel someone about to drop a truth bomb they won't recover from? Yeah, this is that. First up, we've got a comedian exposing how ridiculous the woke obsession with diversity has gotten.
I flew here on Monday and I was so upset. And tell me if y'all have had this before. On my flight, they're doing this new thing with Delta. I had, how can I put it? A straight male flight attendant. What? No! No! I'm very upset. Oh my God. I need some DEI in the sky. I do not. A straight man? I'm surprised we landed. Jesus Christ. You gotta have some sissies to calibrate the balance, right? I can say sissies. Are there gay people here? Okay. Yeah, just one honest person and a bunch of liars.
He jokes about being shocked to see a straight male flight attendant demanding some DEI in the sky. The audience loses it while woke Twitter probably starts a petition mid-joke. That's how you roast fake inclusion with first-class comedy. Then you've got this self-proclaimed non-binary expert trying to educate everyone, but halfway through even they forget what they're identifying as.
What's your name, lovely lady?
Esme.
Esme.
Not a lady.
Right. Let's start again. Hello, Esme. What are you?
Non-binary.
Sweet. What would you like as a title / pronoun? You should really know by now if you're going to do this to me. All right? That's all I would ask. Are you here on your own, bless you?
Yeah.
Well, let's applaud Esme. Little tip, Esme. Call yourself they, them. It'll sound like you've got a friend. I identify as not a very nice man. So, there we go.
The comedian doesn't flinch, just lets common sense do the talking. One simple joke, and suddenly the whole ideology collapses like a pronoun chart in a stiff breeze. That's what happens when reality enters a woke conversation. Next up, we've got a proud member of the Representation Over Results fan club trying to convince everyone that Kamala Harris is doing an amazing job, but can't name a single thing she's done.
So, you keep saying that Kamala Harris is a DEI candidate, and I feel like my main fallacy with this argument is that competency can't be objectively determined.
What's her greatest accomplishment as vice president?
As vice president, being the first female all-black president. We've never had that
No,
before.
like, I got that, but like, what's her accomplishment that made people's lives better?
I don't know. Vice presidents don't really do much, to be honest.
Can you name one thing she's done that's good?
No, probably not.
It's that magical moment when buzzwords meet reality and lose. Turns out repeating first female vice president doesn't count as an accomplishment outside a college diversity seminar. Here's a reporter tries to turn ring girls into the next human rights issue, asking why boxing still has them.
Okay, I have one last question, and it has to do with the projection of women in boxing, and like you guys have invested in women's boxing. And I've talked to a couple of people around during this week, and the issue or the theme about the ring girls in an all-female fighting card. And the
ring boys?
Sexualization of women.
You want ring boys?
Well, a couple of people have said that why don't have boys or none of any of them at all. I just wanna bring to the attention the conversation of it.
If anybody wants to submit an application to be a ring boy to MVP, send it to that young man.
Send it to Kamala Harris.
Because yeah, that's what fans are worried about while people are literally punching each other in the face. Jake Paul and his crew just laugh it off, proving once again that woke outrage is the only thing softer than a participation trophy. Now we got another proud member of the I support her because she's a woman club, proves once again that critical thinking is on unpaid leave.
Donald Trump or Kamala Harris?
Oh my God, Kamala Harris, yes, absolutely. We are against Trump and he's terrible for America. It's joy, it's not hatred. It's building up, not going back.
It's progressive, right, you'd say?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Wait, why would you want to progress into an area where it could get it's kind of almost like racist? You know what I mean? So
What's that?
Well, it's like the Kamala rhetoric.
Her name is Kamala, actually.
Kamala, right?
No, it's Kamala, right. Like my sign. Kamala.
La.
La.
Oh, I didn't know it was spelled with a comma in it. That's crazy. Is that Because Kamala, obviously, that she leans towards more like a weird gender rules, kind of like racist almost.
No,
Like her,
no.
I'm saying her rhetoric.
Stop with your rhetoric, bulls. I mean, seriously.
No, I'm saying it's rhetoric, like her rhetoric type shit racist.
No, it's not racist. Trump is a racist.
He's not a racist, though. I mean,
Yeah,
you
he
can't
is.
walk away, though.
The moment someone asks a real question, the talking points run out faster than Kamala's laugh at a press conference. Woke devotion sounds deep until reality asks for details. Then it's just noise with a pronoun. Then there is a woke thinker who thinks calling all white men scum is somehow progress.
I'm afraid to argue with woke people because I look like this and I don't know who's gonna back me up. You know? Because listen, I'm on board with 95% of it. They're like, Black Lives Matter. I'm like, hell yeah. They're like, future is female, stop Asian hate. I'm like, absolutely. They're like, all white men are scum. And I'm like, hey there. That last part, that hurt my feelings when you said that. And honestly, it's a little hypocritical given that and then I feel a warm hand on my shoulder. And I turn around and there's just a skinhead smiling at me. He's like, I hear you, brother. No one has it harder than the white man. I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, I'm back. Listen, I don't want you to hate me for being white, but I don't want you to like me for being white. Why are these the only two options? Jesus. Okay, well, if I have to pick a side, I'm gonna go with you guys because at least your heart is in the right place. I'm just kidding. It's because you control all of film and television. That's why I'm over here. But when you find my old tweets, I'll be calling you. Yes, I will. Shoot for the moon. Even if you miss, you can still comfortably tour the Midwest.
The comedian calmly breaks it down, agreeing with every woke slogan until logic finally taps out. The audience bursts out laughing, while woke Twitter quietly adds him to their people we pretend not to find funny list. Next up, a gym warrior tries turning cardio into a social justice battle.
Do you need something? What? Do you need something? No. Okay, I thought so. Keep pushing.
If you're getting rude, you can leave. Nobody was looking at you any type of way.
You don't own the gym.
I don't own the gym, I work here.
Okay.
Yes. And
That
if you're
means
getting
what?
rude, then you can leave.
That means what?
I can call the police and have you trespass right now. Would you like that?
Go ahead.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead, let him know.
That's what we'll do. So right now, you can take your stuff and head up front.
She's convinced every set of eyes within a mile is committing a hate crime, but the staff guy isn't having it. One calm response later, and the entire performance collapses. Turns out outrage burns out fast when reality isn't playing along. Here's a guy calmly breaks down why talking to woke people feels like arguing with a therapy app that's stuck on diagnose mode.
Well, I think I'm finally able to define what it is I've been experiencing for close to 10 years now whenever I get into a conversation with someone who is woke. Now, I don't mean someone who's liberal. I mean someone who is proudly woke. You see, I'm trying to debate, and they are trying to diagnose. Let me give you an example. Let's say I were to say something crazy like, I'm open to immigration, I just think it should be legal. I also think we need a strong border and we need significant immigration reform before we continue. Oh, so you're xenophobic. No, I don't have an irrational fear or hatred toward other people or cultures, but I do believe that culture matters. And if you're coming from a cultural tradition which has very, very different customs, traditions, and legal standards than the United States, well, that might not be the best for social cohesion, especially when it comes in the form of mass illegal immigration. Oh, so you're racist. No, I don't believe in the inherent superiority or inferiority of any person based off of their race. I think people should be judged based off of their individual actions and character. But let me give you an example to clarify my position. If you were to mass import people from a country where they believe that it's perfectly reasonable to criminally prosecute women for showing their hair in public, that might not lead to the best blending with American society. You get what I mean? Oh, yeah, so you're Islamophobic. Okay, I see what you're doing now. This is not about even trying to understand my arguments or perspective. This is all about trying to incorrectly diagnose me so you can then ignore all of my arguments and perspectives. And if that's what you're going to do, what's the point in talking to you?
He says one logical thing and they start handing out phobias like Oprah gives away cars. It's not a debate anymore, it's a medical checkup for your opinion. Next, woke people love preaching tolerance right up until someone disagrees with them.
Oh, there it is. Oh, Jesus. Dude. Wow, she didn't do that on purpose though, did she? She didn't know I was standing there, did she? So this is the violent, intolerant left, and they're so panicked. Do you love trans kids or what? Man, you guys are just, why can't you behave like normal people? You know, this is your biggest problem politically, is you can't even pretend to be normal. So why should anybody ever take you seriously?
The second reality shows up and they short circuit. It's always the same routine. Shout, love wins, then start screaming at whoever won't clap. Turns out the real intolerance was hiding behind the rainbow flag the whole time. We've got a man who just nuked woke propaganda straight from the driver's seat.
Funnily enough, this is the first intelligent comment that I've seen on my post in the last 48 hours. Testosterone levels around the world are declining at a rapid rate, and not enough people seem to be talking about it. I guarantee there is a strong correlation between all this new age, woke, liberal propaganda that is being taught at our schools and being pushed on the mainstream media. That would be very highly correlated to men's depression rates, lowering testosterone levels, and the fact that men are just full of excuses and very easy to give up on themselves these days. Being a body and mindset coach for men, I speak to hundreds of men every single month that want to lose weight, build muscle, become the man, become this strong, capable leader for their family. And whilst a lot of them value that and want to achieve it, a lot of them don't have the confidence in themselves to actually take action on it and achieve it. Now, is this because of the learned helplessness in men? Is this because of lowering testosterone rates all around the world? Who knows? However, if you do a little bit of digging, you'll realize that the schooling system is heavily designed to create workers, heavily designed to create a non-free thinking workforce that will do what they're told. And that is why I have an issue of this message of toxic masculinity being taught in our schools. I think the declining testosterone rate that we see in men starts with boys at a very young age. And it does come down to this new woke agenda being taught from school to school. I've done a couple of these videos now and people seem to say, oh, why is he angry and emotional? It's because I actually give a shit about the next generation of men. If you study history, once strong civilizations throughout the years are broken down by making military-age men weak and vulnerable. So for the people commenting the endless hate in my comments, you may all be a little bit too psyop to actually see what's going on, but it's time to wake up and realize that they are pushing an agenda of trying to make men weak and vulnerable because they're the kind of men that will give up when things get hard. I give a shit about the future of men. That is what my coaching is aimed to do, to help men become the strong, capable leaders that they and their families need. And to combat this, I think that all men should have goals bigger than themselves that forces them to get up, get out of their comfort zone, and do bigger and better. The masculine urge is achievement and conquering and building. And if that's taken away, then we see what we see today, where men are weak, full of excuses, lazy, depressed, and testosterone rates are at an all-time low. So if you want to fix that, bring back masculinity.
While the internet's busy preaching toxic masculinity, he's out here reminding everyone that weak men don't build strong nations. The guy talks testosterone, purpose, and strength, 3 words that make woke Twitter cry on cue. Bring back masculinity, because feelings won't fix civilization. In our next clip, woke people are losing it again.
National drag performer. Okay, that doesn't sound too good. I gave you guys a warning not to block me, but if I'm gonna have to use the megaphone, that's what's gonna have to happen. Oh my goodness, look at that. Look at that. Would you imagine? This is... Uh-oh, she's getting violent. She's getting violent. She's getting violent. This isn't good. This isn't good. That's destruction of property, ma'am. Learn your laws.
Screaming about love, inclusion, and personal feelings like the world owes them a participation trophy. Meanwhile, someone just points out the obvious and the meltdown hits peak volume. Watching them panic over common sense is honestly a full contact sport. Another day, another woke freakout quietly canceled without anyone breaking a sweat. Next up, this TikTok proves that you can string 10 big words together and still say absolutely nothing.
Oh, absolutely. And I do believe there is something to be said about this sort of, how do I put this? Willing ignorance right? This sort of duality between that consciousness of being aware in such manner and yet readily marginalizing that intersectionality. It's very profound. These conversations are intrinsically multifaceted, right? There are different angles to be looking at this from, and it's crucial to juxtapose that contrast within those realms of varying perspectives. And it's sort of the case where, are we asking ourselves the right questions, or are we all just sort of victim to the cause itself? It's suffocating, to be quite frank. It's paralyzing. But having these conversations is extremely, extremely vital in fundamental change, and being able to sort of step back and look at this from a bird's eye view and not just a worm's eye view. And that, of course, begs the ever-aching question of whose bird is this, right?
Every sentence is a gymnastics routine and buzzword acrobatics, intersectionality flips, and consciousness pirouettes, while reality sits in the corner crying. And of course, it ends with the crowning question, whose bird is this? Classic. Another woke meltdown canceled effortlessly by logic. This time, woke logic tries to argue about the gender pay gap.
Men actually have to work to become something. We're just here.
But can we get paid the same as men?
We do. If we didn't, that'd be an issue.
What are you talking about? Women do not make as much as men.
If it were true that women who are not in these construction jobs and this type of thing, but rather in kind of comfy AC-related jobs like the men, and they're getting paid less than them, then why wouldn't a man create an entire firm of women and then destroy their competition because they're now paying their staff way less?
I mean, that's a question for a dude. I can't answer that.
Why couldn't you answer that?
Why wouldn't a man have a firm of all women and pay them less? I don't know.
I mean, because then they would destroy the competition who's paying the men more, right?
Okay, so why don't we see that?
Because it's not the case that men are making more in those positions than women. If it was the case that you could pay women less to do the same job, then why wouldn't you just make a firm and pay all of them way less for the same job?
They go full outrage mode, demanding equality like it's a magic wand that fixes everything. Then comes the real world question. If paying women less was such a golden opportunity, why isn't someone doing it? Silent. And that, my friends, is what happens when men stop nodding along and start talking back. Every woke talking point got sent straight to the recycling bin. Whether it's fake logic, twisted stats, or feelings over facts, these guys aren't having it. Stay tuned, because the era of silent men is over. The truth's finally talking, and it's not pulling punches.